The IECC, specifically Section 805.2.2, mandates automatic lighting shutoff in buildings exceeding 5,000 square feet. This regulation aims to reduce energy consumption by ensuring lights are not left on unnecessarily. The code offers two primary methods for achieving compliance: firstly, a scheduled basis using time of day controls, and secondly, an unscheduled basis through occupant intervention. Let's delve into each of these approaches. For the scheduled basis, the implementation involves using time clocks or occupancy sensors to automatically switch off lights during unoccupied hours. This method relies on pre-programmed schedules to govern lighting operation. For instance, you might set the devices to turn off lights at 8:00 p.m. after typical business hours and reactivate them at 6:00 a.m. before employees arrive. Similarly, lights could be programmed to remain off throughout weekends or holidays when the building is generally vacant. The key is to align the lighting schedule with the building's occupancy patterns. Alternatively, the unscheduled basis relies on occupant intervention to control lighting. This approach involves installing occupancy sensors or manual switches that allow individuals to turn off lights when they vacate an area. Occupancy sensors automatically detect the presence or absence of people and adjust the lights accordingly. When someone enters a room, the sensor activates the lights, and when the room is empty, the lights are switched off after a predetermined delay. Manual switches, on the other hand, require occupants to actively turn off the lights before leaving. To effectively implement this method, it's crucial to provide clear instructions and encourage occupants to adopt energy-saving habits. Specific examples can illustrate how these methods are applied in practice. On a scheduled basis, consider installing a time clock to manage lighting in office areas, setting it to turn off lights at 8:00 p.m. and turn them back on at 6:00 a.m. This ensures that lights are not left burning overnight or during early morning hours when the offices are typically unoccupied. As for the unscheduled basis, you might install occupancy sensors in meeting rooms and restrooms. These sensors automatically turn off the lights when the areas are unoccupied, preventing energy waste in spaces with fluctuating usage patterns. It's important to acknowledge certain exceptions to the automatic lighting shutoff requirement. Emergency lighting, safety lighting, and lighting for tasks that demand continuous illumination are exempt. Emergency lighting is crucial for ensuring safe egress during power outages or emergencies and must remain operational at all times. Safety lighting, often used in corridors or stairwells, provides continuous illumination for security and accident prevention. Furthermore, lighting essential for specific tasks such as laboratory work or critical manufacturing processes may also be exempt to maintain productivity and safety. The code also offers flexibility in how automatic lighting shutoff is implemented. This flexibility allows building owners and managers to tailor the system to their specific needs and circumstances. For example, you might choose a combination of scheduled and unscheduled methods, using time clocks in some areas and occupancy sensors in others. The key is to select the approach that best suits the building's layout, occupancy patterns, and operational requirements. Implementing automatic lighting shutoff can significantly reduce lighting energy consumption. Lighting accounts for a substantial portion of a building's overall energy usage, so even small reductions can lead to significant cost savings. By implementing these systems, you can lower your electricity bills and reduce your carbon footprint. For additional information, refer to IECC Section 805.2.2 and ASHRAE Standard 90.1-2013. These resources provide detailed guidance on the requirements and best practices for automatic lighting shutoff. They also offer valuable insights into energy-efficient lighting design and control strategies.